I wanted to just try to get a stream in today, and I figured, you know what? If I'm gonna do one all late, might as well just check out, like, might as well go through like what's currently happening, all the latest, greatest, freaking current goings ons. Let's say. Wow, has Twitch been having one hell of a last couple of weeks? Like the last 2 weeks, I'd say, have just been hell of a ride for them. Wow, they're getting wrecked from all freaking angles. And I wanted to start off with not only the oldest news, but I feel like news that genuinely should just not be allowed to be forgotten. So we're gonna check out Sydney Watson's video on Hassan Piker's long history of herding doggos. Apparently, it's not just Kaya. Hassan Piker, the dog striker, which is my favorite new freaking name for him. He apparently has been doing this for a minute now. And he had another freaking doggo called Fish, and poor freaking Fish apparently was also getting the bad end of the stick here. Alright. As always, I do recommend like the people we check out. I'll drop links and everything after the video. But real quick, let me move Miss Chiquita. She's a little bit too close. Perfect. There, now you can see her. My tail was getting in the way.
Oh my god, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate streaming. I hate socialism.
Isn't that like everything he freaking like stands for though? Like all in one go?
Fucking Gordon's King style and taking more pounds over the course of the past.
Well, I don't like
Damn, that's like 4 freaking clips right then and there.
what's happening. Hi,
Oh, it's also been a minute since we reacted to Sydney Watson, so it's just a good excuse for me to watch.
my name is
react.
Sydney. Welcome back to hell. Just a quick reminder, once again, my little
Not
challenge
HE
that
double
on
hockey
the
sticks.
website, the winter flavors are back in stock.
what the hell?
Chai, peppermint white chocolate, and apple cider. I'm also
White chocolate?
still running.
I like
a
white
50%
chocolate.
off
It's not
sale
real
on the
chocolate,
expiring
but it's good
tea,
chocolate.
Although, as you guys know, tea doesn't really expire. That being New York Breakfast, Earl Grey, and Emerald Green. I should also note that I don't plan on reordering Emerald Green for a little bit, so if you like that flavor and want it, now is the time to get it. And as far
Is Emerald Green like green tea? Bro, I freaking destroy Earl Grey like crazy.
as the
Earl Grey is a
goes,
great
I was
alternative
having
if y'all
last
like
night and I
coffee,
realized that
but you
is
don't
the
want to
one
do
that
green tea.
expires in mid-November, so if you want that, once again, now would be the time to get it using the code We Don't Waste. And yeah, let's do the video. I also just want to say as well that for some reason this video was
I'm not even gonna lie. What does Earl Grey come from? I feel like, because I got an apple tree, and I'm pretty sure I could use the leaves of the apple tree for like stuff, right? But like for a tea, right? I'm sure that's a thing. But what tree do Earl Grey? Whoops. What plant? I guess it might not even be. It's not a tree, right? Or is it a tree? I don't know about y'all, but I like orange tree. I want to plant the orange tree because I really like the leaves. I like the leaves; really good for sleepy times. Oh, it puts you to sleep like real easy. What the frick? It comes from Camellia sinensis plant. Well, I don't know what the hell that means, but that's some AI answer. I'm not gonna listen to that. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. The frick? So is it all just like it's the same? Is it just the same? Is it just the same freaking leaf, but they just the difference is the oil? Damn, now I gotta. You know what? I'm not. I can't get into this right now. We gonna have to. That's a whole video apparently. Well, I'm gonna look it up. We gonna react to that next. I can't get distracted right now. We're on the doggos.
Probably gonna be fewer jokes and goofiness in this, and I think it's because whenever I cover stories around kids or now apparently animals,
I guess I don't know enough about tea.
Takes the wind out of my sails a little bit. So there is that. Please forgive me. So I am quite sure by now that probably the majority of you have seen all of this drama surrounding leftist streamer Hassan Piker. And if you haven't, I am glad for you because it's been weird. And for those of you who don't know Hassan somehow, he is one of the largest streamers on Twitch, known for venerating
I increased the volume on her.
Here, let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag? Yeah, Hezbollah. Look it up.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding. It's actually a dope flag.
Encouraging people to be violent.
That freaking clip is insanely hilarious, bro. Oh, it's like such bad timing, bro. It's like, y'all gotta understand something. Like, for those who are unaware, this is like I think, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm remembering correctly, this is supposed to be a Pride Month podcast. Well, you know, that's why they got the pride flag and whatnot. And Hezbollah executes gay people. They execute a lot of people that would come from the pride community. A lot of the people represented in the flag, let's just say, would be executed by Hezbollah and their beliefs. And so it's just a bit awkward to pick them, you know what I'm saying? Especially on a day it's meant to be all about peace and love and stuff. The freaking flag has like AKs, bro. Like,
talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag? Yeah, Hezbollah. Look it up.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding.
And then this dude's like, of all the freaking things you could have possibly said, bro, why do we invite you on this freaking podcast?
Encouraging people to be violent.
Let the streets soak in their red capitalist bloods, dude.
And
oh yeah, he tries to hide that one hard. He really don't like. He really don't like people listening to that one.
Look it up.
Oh.
Which is why we're gonna replay
It's actually a dope flag.
Encouraging people to be violent.
Let the streets soak in their red capitalist bloods, dude.
And once calling your girl over here an effing crybaby because I said that I don't like having men in female spaces. I hope I can find the clip of that because...
space where we're told that our opinions don't count because they're not the right kind of opinions, and we're constantly shouted over.
Yeah, look. Now she's the victim. Shut the fuck up, you fucking baby. You bitch ass baby. You fucking crybaby.
Damn, I didn't even know about this. Yo, Cindy Watson said I got personal beef with this fool.
What a pleasant guy, really. No, I am shocked, truly. I am shocked that the internet would gang up on him at any point, given what a lovely little creature he is. Anyway, over the years...
For those who don't know, by the way, of course I have had a long-running, clowning on Hassan phase, let's say. I freaking love anything that has to do with his downfall. And mainly because I don't like it when people, I really hate people who gaslight. And not only people who gaslight, but I've always had a problem with people who, specifically, who, like, use really, really good movements and really, really positive movements that are genuinely trying to, like, have good effects or good positive changes, let's say, on the world. And they, like, sort of, like, take these, they take these movements and basically turn them into, like, this is no longer your movement. This is now my movement. This is not about, you know what I'm saying? With Hassan specifically, it has to do a lot with, like, the Palestinian people and how he basically turned the Palestine situation into his own personal YouTube beef. The best example I could say before Hassan Piker, like, before I was, like, hardcore, like, shizzing on him, it was, like, a good example would be iDubbbz for stealing a bunch of monies during the creator clash situation. I don't know about stealing money. I won't say stealing money, but he was taking like the vast majority of the donated profits without telling people, "Hey, I'm gonna be taking the vast majority of the money, and only if you donate through this specific link that I'm not gonna really talk about, that money actually specifically go to the charity." Or another great example would be freaking the completionist, who entirely took his a charity and basically use that money for like a whole golfing tournament and whatnot. Like they try to they make these great causes or take over these great causes and basically just turned it into their own private little like scheme, or they completely destroy the message of the charity by scheming using the charity. Like Vshoujo, trying to like basically using the Iron Mouse's charity with the IDF in order to like basically use the money to pay off their debts to other VTubers. It's freaking insane.
Hassan has come
It
under
pisses me
fire
off to
for
no
all
end.
sorts of things, like being
I don't know, something about like, if you're gonna be a douchebag out in the open. Be honest about it. If you're gonna be a good person, like, then just be the good person. I don't know. Maybe it's like a reactionary thing. It's like why you scheming? You know, like I don't like it. I don't like two faces. Like I'm a douchebag. I'll tell you right off the bat. I ain't a good person. I've always been a douchebag. I will continue to be a douchebag. I'm not a great person. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that I am.
Champagne socialist living in a, I think, $3 million house while telling everybody.
Yeah, like that
how
kind of shiz.
Communism or something. Venerating.
Bro, really out here telling you like we gotta go to communism and we gotta go to socialism. Meanwhile, he's accepting donations while living in a $3 million mansion. It's like, how does that? Shouldn't you be donating your money because you're the rich guy to the poor? Because socialism, right? To help like reduce the pay gap or whatever the frick, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta spread the wealth to the common folk. But no, instead he keeps all that money and like freaking like uses it on like mansions and cars.
Like I mentioned, calling for political violence and just being a general extremist. But lately, our friend Hassan has been in the news for another reason, something that is being dubbed Collargate, a thing that went so viral even my non-political friends heard about this. They even covered it on Fox News, of all places. I guess now a bunch of boomers know about it too. Don't yell at me in the comments, that's who watches Fox, okay?
I'll say it because I know a lot of people in my fan base and the people who come to defend them are gonna try to hide it or whatever, or they're gonna say that we didn't mention it. He's also like, I don't care what you say. Him and his entire orbit were using Zionism or Zionists as like a dog whistle. Get it? A dog whistle for Jews. Like, let's just be honest. And they may not have interchangeably meant Israelis, Jews, and Zionists. But for the most part, they almost did use them all interchangeably. Whether, it would be on a case-by-case basis, whether you believe they did or they didn't, right? But I'll say one thing. They absolutely created and waged, like, hate campaigns against Jewish individuals, and then covered it up by claiming that the Jewish individual was a Zionist or a pro-Israeli person. And it's like, and they had nothing to do with it. They were just Jewish, period. So it's like, I'm not gonna freaking sit here and pretend like it wasn't, like you weren't just hating on Jewish people for being Jewish either. Like, it's not, like, I don't care what you say. Like, I'm gonna believe my eyeballs. I'm gonna believe what the actions rather than your words. What you do, I'm gonna believe,
sure
not what you say you
cable,
do.
And I'm not even sure who still has cable. What even is cable? For context, in sort of mid-October, Hassan, while ranting about his hatred for America live on stream, seemed to shock his dog Kaya using a shock collar when she tried to move off her bed. In the video, Kaya cries because being electrocuted hurts, as it turns out. I'm also not going to show you the full video on its own because I'm actually not sure that this would pass the vibe test as far as YouTube goes.
It literally won't. For the most part, I've seen that people would get in trouble if you do post it up again.
But really random rules around all sorts of things. I don't want to test it, but more importantly, I also think that if you're like me and you like little animals, watching this will probably bother you a lot. So if you want to watch the clip, go and find it on the internet. It is everywhere. Just
Dude, the worst part about it is the Yelp, and everyone plays the Yelp.
warning you ahead of time. People immediately concluded that Hassan has been using the collar to force his dog to stay in place and in shot while he live streams, and soon this situation blew up. Streamers like XQC and Tectone were calling Hassan out. PETA issued a statement slamming shock collars as tools that cause burn wounds, displaced aggression, and chronic anxiety. Ethan Klein from H3H3 jumped in saying Hassan was clearly mistreating his dog, and every normal post Hassan made online was flooded with people calling him out, saying that he clearly knew what he was doing to his dog, because for the rest of us normal people, when our pets cry, we immediately want to comfort them because we think they've been hurt. This sort of reminds me of
Absolutely.
that Netflix documentary, Don't F With Cats. Don't F with...
We're gonna get right to the point, but I want to say that is the biggest thing, is that in the absolutely most gracious, most positive, most pro Hassan viewpoint you could possibly reach, Kaya, this poor doggo, has injured herself. Something has happened that elicits such a heart-wrenching yelp. And I mean heart-wrenching for us, not for the doggo. I don't know the doggo's condition, right? I'm not the dog whisperer with the I'm not that's me. But it makes me sad every time I hear it. This freaking like heart-crushing yelp gets let out. And bro's immediate answer is to turn around, look her dead in the face, and be like, "Stop being a baby! You're being such a baby!" And then he looks at the camera and says, "Guys, she's spoiled. Trust me, she's spoiled. She's spoiled. Just trust me, she's spoiled. She's spoiled." It's like, what the hell does any of that have to do with the poor thing? Go check on it. Like, what a prick. And that is the absolute best, most gracious, like, absolutely best. I can't, there's no better words for it. There is no better scenario than that for Hassan Piker, the dog striker. So I don't care what you believe. I don't care if you're pro Hassan, anti Hassan, if you believe that it's a shot collar, if you believe that it's not a shot collar. None of that shit matters. None of it. That was an absolutely horrendous and very telling reaction from Hassan Piker, the dog striker. And it makes me incredibly sad for the doggo, to no end whatsoever. Now, aside from that, I'm not out here demanding nothing, bro. I'm not demanding that the dog be taken away from him, because I feel like that could be traumatic for the doggo if you take a doggo away from somebody that they've known as their doggo dad for their whole life, right? So it's like, I'm not asking for any of that extreme stuff. I just what I'm asking for is, from the evidence that we've seen, that's definitely a shock collar that you got. It looks like now it's been modified. Whether it was or was not beforehand, I don't know. Now it's been modified, and the shock function has been taken off. But how about you just don't buy a shock collar? If you want to use a vibration collar, why don't you just buy a vibration collar instead of purchasing a shock collar? I've never met somebody in my life that purchases shock collars to not use the shock collar. Like, that's just stupid. So, like, again, the only thing I personally feel like the most logical people on the internet are asking for is, please do not shock your doggo. Please do not force your doggo to stay in one place for hours on end. and like let her free roam so that she can get as much water as she needs, because obviously there's been a lot of clips where she's licking her lips very dry and she wants water. It's one of the easiest ways that my doggos will tell me. That my doggos will actually come up to me and lick their lips in front of me as a way of like, and because they notice that I notice that I'm like, wait, what, are you like you freaking thirsty? And I'll go and refill their water bowl. You know, so like stuff like that. Like you absolutely a doggo, like they're more intelligent than we give them credit for. But at the same time, the only thing I have demanded, the majority of people have demanded, is hey, please give her a different collar. And do not shock her. Whether you did it, whether you didn't, give her a different color. Do not shock her. And bro just is like out here like a crack addict. Like I can't, like, I gotta shock her, bro. I gotta get her. I gotta get her one more time. Let me just zap her one more time. Let me just get a little quick little zap it just in the road. It's like, bro, chill. Like, damn, bro, why are you acting like this? Like, just don't zap the dog.
Dogs, Hassan. Although I know that's quite common in your culture. Hello kids, editing Sydney here from the future. I just wanted to make note of the fact, and we're gonna—
Hold on, wait, what?
Don't F with dogs, Hassan.
Wait, don't F with cat. Wait, whoa, I never actually watched that freaking Don't F with Cats one.
This sort of reminds me of that Netflix documentary, Don't F with Cats. Don't F with dogs, Hassan. Although I know that's quite common in your culture. Hello kids, editing Sydney here from the future. I just wanted to make note of the fact, and we're going to talk about this other dog that Hassan owned called Fish in a little bit. We're going to come back to him. But as of today, and I didn't know where to start.
I don't know all the details yet.
As of today, people are posting a
I saw this
video and picture where Fish, Hassan's previous dog, had a cut on its neck, which they believe was the result of wearing a pronged collar. I will show you the video here. I just wanted to make note of it because this is cropped up, and like we're going to talk about in the rest of this video, this is a pattern of behavior. What this guy does to dogs is a pattern of behavior. In an effort to appear normal, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's and the thing is that not only is it a pattern of behavior, but now you got the dog lovers, the autistic dog lovers, going like full on like Nick Valentine in Fallout mode. Like I'm about to discover every last detail. Like they are combing through his archives, bro, looking for like other instances. Because it's actually pretty disgusting. A lot of the new stuff that's been coming out. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I believe all of it, but what I have seen, bro, like. Bro needs to be like he's real like these. I feel so bad for these animals. I feel so incredibly bad for these animals. Cause it goes beyond negligence in certain points, and when we get to those, you'll see what I mean. It goes beyond negligence. There's like something to be said for like, oh, you're just a really shitty dog owner, and then there's something to be said against like, oh, you're just cruel to your animals, bro. Like what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Hassan even took his dog to the recent No Kings protest because, I don't know, that's a very normal place to take a dog. A protest?
It's a very dangerous place to take a dog, and why the hell would you do that? That's like taking a child to those things. Like, you know those things get hot, bro. Get her out of there. It's dangerous.
Such good work, Hassan. I also love in these clips, in this video, that he has
you know he's just farming her. He's just farming her for the views.
Himself, one of those, like, press badge thingies. I don't know what they're called, like a Velcro, I don't know what the name of that is. But he's put on what looks like one of those Kevlar vests with a press thing. What you're not a journalist, bro. No one
Yeah, bro, he has, like, this freaking Amazon. He probably ordered it on Amazon, this, like, press badge vest. It looks like the vest you get at the beginning of the Sons of the Forest, bro. It's hilarious.
Functioning frontal lobe thinks this guy's a reporter. No one. And I would know. I have a master's degree in journalism that I sometimes cry over.
Cry, baby. Meh, 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 meh.
Sometimes I feel like Melbourne University just gave me a really expensive receipt. Actually, speaking of things that are expensive, you want to know what's really expensive to maintain? Your bad habit, which is why today's video is sponsored by Fume. Why, hello there. I am your lung. You know, the thing that helps you breathe? Yeah, that's me. But as a lung, I gotta tell ya, there are a bunch of things that I don't like, such as
My lung is full of really fun to poppies.
Vaping and smoke.
Little popples.
Why would you do
I'ma
this
call 'em
to me?
popples.
So because I hate chemicals and toxins, and if you want to be a good friend to me, your lung, then I suggest you check out Fume.
How have
Because
you
rather
not
than
frickin'
beating
popped all
me up
those?
with toxins, Fume instead uses these delicious flavored cores that come in all sorts of flavors. And boy, I like them all. All you have to do is put in your preferred core and go. So simple. But more importantly, Fume is not a vape, so it doesn't have any heating components, no batteries, no vapor, which keeps me happy. And trust me, you want to keep me happy. Fume is also built with fidgeting in mind, which is why it has movable parts and magnets, as well as
Oh, damn, that's cool. I was about to say, I'm like, that's like cool if you want to like get distracted, cause like people get like you form like habits. So you gotta like like in the Fast and the Furious, that one dude who like ate chips all the time because he was trying to kick his cigarette addiction. Remember that?
being built to last, which is why it's made from quality materials and is
Oh, it's
nice
freaking
and
magnetic.
weighty and nice to hold.
Bro, can you spin it like
so
a compass?
if you too want to protect and love your lungs, then click the
It's a
link in
freaking
the
fidget toy,
description,
too, that's
scan the
smart.
code on screen, or go to tryfume.com/Sydney. And importantly, use code Sydney to get your free Fume topper when you order a journey pack. Go support Fume, they have been a great friend of this channel. Anyway, Hassan's response
Hello,
to
Juju
Color
Haji.
Gate has been largely to change his story 900 times, but also continually call his dog spoiled and a baby because she reacts poorly to being injured. First, he said that the collar in question only vibrates and that Kaya got her little claw caught on the bed and that's why she cried.
This is the one.
Which was the first lie of many. Well, that's the, yeah, and it's not only, like, which, I'm just gonna point, she's probably gonna say it too, but just a double, triple, on top of it. Apparently, at this point, we have confirmation, we have official confirmation from Ludwig and Cutie Cinderella that it is, in fact, the shot color. As well as, if we are to believe it, an email from the actual manufacturer stating that that model is the shot color model.
People are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Are you happy?
Then he said that this
Now, it's so funny how he, like, look at how he shows it. He's, like, trying so hard to hide it and not actually show it. This video alone is the most guilty. This makes him look more guilty than any other video in the entire web, like in all of YouTube. Literally, this makes him look the most guilty out of all the videos. This makes him look the most guilty because not only does he lie when his own friends and co-hosts have confirmed that it's a shot collar, but even the manufacturer has confirmed that it's a shot collar.
This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate.
And look how he tries to hide it. Tries to hide the bottom part so hard.
Are you happy?
Then he said that this was a far-right Israeli, like, psyop or something. I don't know.
And again, like, because he can't control himself and not electrocute his dog, he tries to use the pro-Palestine movement to shield himself, effectively turning the Palestine movement into a joke. Hey, Zero, welcome. And that's the stuff that I freaking hate. I hate, like, people who, like, use movements that are meant to be something good, and they freaking turn it into their own, like, nonsense, their own BS, their own drama.
This one,
And he does this with
one
everything.
doesn't make a lot of sense. Then he said that the people pushing this conspiracy were mentally ill.
I know. Can we just move on, please? Because the memes were funny.
No, we should just move on. Yeah, of course you'd say that. You're the freaking one that's in trouble.
In the first couple of days, but now the only people that still are like actively pushing it are people who are genuinely mentally ill, in the way that, like, anytime my arm moves around or like I unlock the gate or some like I do have a button.
Yeah, but shout out to those mentally ill people. We call them autistic people. And they are combing through all of your VODs. Like, he's not wrong. The people who are still pushing this are autistic as all get out. And I'll admit it, I got the tism a little bit. And this tism has got me all kinds of like, you heard the doggo? But friend, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't mess with, like, you got the real, like, you got the tism squad on like, just going through every VOD you've ever had, checking to see any moment you've ever hurt another doggo, bro, because you don't mess with doggos like that.
On my desk for the gate, right? And I
like, he's not wrong. He's got the squad out there. He's got the people who care about animals out there trying to find as much evidence as they can. And shout out to them for doing it. Because, like, if the fact that there is so much evidence is real telling, bro.
And obviously, if you have a dog, you know this already. When they hear that the gate is unlocked, they perk up. They're like, oh my God, he shocked her again.
Then he said that he didn't even...
Now it's a shot, right. He switched it to, it's not a shock collar button. He has a button on his desk. But when he pushes the button, it opens the gate. Oh, and that's what the doggo was after. Yes. Every time I open the gate of my house, my doggos scream in pain. Utter absolute pain. Oh, sorry, I just opened the door. That's okay, that's fine. Obviously, any good dog parent knows that's you just open the garage door and they go, ah! It's like, all right, dude, just relax, it's just a freaking door.
And I unlock the gate, and obviously, if you have a dog, you know this already. When they hear that the gate is unlocked, they perk up. They're like, oh my God, he shocked her again.
Then he said that he didn't...
It's like, bro, stick to one lie. That's your first problem. You gotta stick to one lie.
Even have a shock collar to begin with, and people were clipping things out of context.
And they've moved away from the initial conversation, which was... They moved away from the initial conversation, which was that, like, she didn't even have that collar on to begin with.
Kaya, please.
See, the third lie is that she wasn't even wearing that collar. The shock collar. So it's a shock collar, it's just that she wasn't wearing it. And it's like, brother, we have eyeballs. It's right there. Oh, would you look at that? It's got the little light that beeps. Oh, that's great.
And the only reason why I showed the collar was because people were clipping other instances.
And finally,
And that's what set people off on a hunt, by the way, is the fact that he said people were clipping other instances, which people were like, wait, so there are other instances? And then people started going crazy off of that. Like, brother, Hassan is the only person keeping this thing alive.
settled on getting mad, telling everyone that he hates liberals and the left and everyone and everything, because...
Well, yeah, because all the politicians basically are like, well, yeah, he's a terrible person. Like, there's no defending that. Like, let's be honest. For a politician, there are, like, fundamentally, like, 3 or 4... There might be more, right? But if you guys are probably smarter than I am, so you can think of more. But, like, as a politician, you know, every politician... They can't talk shiz about family. They can't talk shiz about animals. And they can't talk shiz about religions. Those are 3 major ones just off the top of my head that I can think of. That politicians just do not touch. They just do not touch. You can have contrary opinions. Like, you could say, I don't personally want a family and whatnot, you know? But you don't talk bad about them, because you pretty much lose the majority of the population. So it's like, yeah, of course the vast nobody's gonna freaking support you on a political spectrum.
I don't know, I guess this is the final stage of getting called out on the internet. Who is to say?
God, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate streaming. I hate socialism. I hate every...
Brother, we're just asking you not to shock your dog. It's not that, like, look at this crash out. People are just asking you not to shock the dog.
Left and everyone and everything, because... I don't know, I guess
like,
this
damn,
is the final stage of...
Just don't shock her!
Out on the internet.
Don't go full on Palpatine on her.
I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate streaming. I hate socialism. I hate every single person who thinks that the peak of activism is just being the most annoying, holier than thou, the most ultimately woke leftist is just, you did it. You did it. You have unlocked the nihilism within me, okay?
I mean, I for one.
All we asked you to do was not shock the dog, bro.
Peak of activism is just being the most annoying, holier than thou, the most ultimately woke leftist is just, you did it. You did it. You have unlocked the nihilism within me, okay?
Yeah,
I mean, I for
welcome.
one think that this is a very measured and normal response. It is not symptomatic or emblematic of this man probably being mentally ill. Now look, he is right from the perspective that this has absolutely sent a lot of people into a tailspin of sorts, but I think he's missing the fact that this is because your average, normal, nice person does not like or condone animal abuse. Every time I see a
Yeah, lo and behold. Lo and behold. People don't like seeing poor doggos getting abused. Oh, we are going to cover that later on today.
story about this type of thing on Twitter without fail.
Hopefully if I
retweet
can get through it.
And I usually retweet it.
I'm going to try to go through it as quick as possible, but yeah, we should also be covering that.
That is a position that I do hold. I have
This is pretty much in all Twitch's mess-ups, current mess-ups right now, and all the top Twitch creators' mess-ups right now, because it's like one of those things where, not only is all this happening, but, even Twitch itself, seeing all of this and seeing how he has been treating him, didn't give him a ban for doing that either. Like that because that would be technically against their TOS. On top of that, is animal abuse, which we can all sit here and argue about everything else as well. But I'm just sort of pointing out the fact that technically would be against TOS. I'm just saying. I'm not demanding he be banned for that. There's plenty of other reasons to ban Hassan. I don't need to demand him being banned for that. Trust me. There's plenty of other reasons. But I'm just pointing out that is technically against TOS.
big problems.
Oh, I wanted to get into that too. I don't know if I have a video for that.
Some sort of extremist and
Twitch. If I was Saeed, I would sue.
I don't think that doing horrible things.
The whole
to
Nina
the most
Lynn.
innocent
I know
on
about
our
Nina Lynn.
planet and
Zoe
our
Spencer
society
is the
very
chick who
low
held him down,
behavior.
right?
And I think that people
During the
who act
assault.
like this are usually harboring
If I was
other
Saeed, I'd sue.
awful behavior. Not
No, I would sue. If I was Saeed, I feel like Saeed. Forget morals. Forget morals. Forget every good thing about this. Saeed, my boy, you got a fat paycheck right there, bro. That's Amazon's money right there, brother. Like, that is, you know damn well that's gotta be, like, come on. Saeed, get you a fat check right there, bro. Screw that company. That is insanely stupid. Unbanned after one day, 24 hours. For essaying you? Oh, hell nah, bro. You know if that was a woman who got held down against, not unwillingly, against their consent. Against Saeed's consent, specifically. So not unwilling. He wasn't an unwilling, but we'll get into that later. I don't want to go off on a tangent here. That's a whole other thing. But I would sue, bro. Absolutely. If I was him, if I was in his position, I'm not telling him to, but I'm saying if I was in his position, I'd get me a paycheck, bro. Oh, hell no. You kidding me? Because it's one thing, like, if like, between him and the other chick, right? But, like, Twitch basically saying that's SAing somebody on stream is only a 24-hour ban. That's a dangerous and bad precedent, my dude.
Something
that is a very dangerous and bad precedent to set.
Like an animal, especially little baby animals.
You could hold someone down and let somebody else SA you, and then you'll just be back in 24 hours.
As far
as
Hassan goes, this whole situation has opened the floodgates to people realizing that.
But we'll get into that later.
A pattern of behavior, and he's been doing this for a really long time. Not only with his current dog Kaya, but with other dogs he's had as well. Shocking. I know, water is wet. I fully believe that the first clip that set all of this off does show Hassan shocking his dog, and people have gone to great lengths to prove that. Some reached out to the alleged manufacturer of the shock collar, who identified that Hassan's collar is the
Bro, shout out to Sydney Watson, bro. I don't even know why I'm bringing anything up. I don't even need to say nothing, bro. She's like 3 steps ahead of me every time.
variant. Others
This is the email I
themselves,
mentioned.
Yada yada yada. But
Now,
because
again, the
some reached out to the
I continue to say this. You do have to believe that this is in fact educator callers, and that this is in fact, you know, they saw the video and all that stuff. So whether this is true or whether it's not, you have to sort of like give it a little bit of leeway. But I have not seen anybody arguing that it's not real. So like, not even Hassan. So there you go.
the alleged manufacturer of the shock collar, who identified that Hassan's collar is the shocking variant. Others bought it themselves. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, no, he did such a shit job of like taping it up. But not only does it have the shock collar parts, but it has the charging port right there, which the vibrating motor, the vibrating function doesn't have that. You can't see it here because they actually increased the saturation or the brightness. Yeah, the brightness and contrast. But if you put it back to normal, you can actually see that there's 3 segments to this little like detector here, whereas in the vibration monitor, the vibration model is what I meant to say, not monitor. It's only one infrared segment, not 3.
But because it's the internet, and the internet is full of internet autists, a bunch of these people seemingly went and watched a ton of Hassan content to find more examples of the animal mistreatment, and it does really build quite a grim picture. And this is really why a ton
Bro's
of
got a
people
whole
now are
animal abuse
suggesting
portfolio.
that Hassan uses his pets basically as props during his live streams, forcing them to stay in place for hours at a time. Within about a day of his initial denials, several videos surfaced either from past streams or from the stream in question, showing the same sequence of events. Kaya shifts position.
And again, it's like no, like there's been so many bad animal owners. So many bad animal owners on YouTube. But you know what? Even though we were right to criticize him, somebody like, what was it, Logan Paul? Who bought a pig, a teacup pig, but then it got too big because, you know, it's a freaking pig. And so he sold it off. I don't know if he sold it off, but he gave it away. And it's like, well, you know what? At the end of the day, at least, you know, if he's not going to be able to take care of it, at least he gave it away to a farm or something. Now, unfortunately, that pig is probably bacon by now, but, you know, at least it got to go to a farm, you know, somebody who could actually take care of it, and it wasn't just, like, in a corner, you know, or something like that. Constantly being forced to stay in a corner while being a large animal, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's a very, I'm not even gonna say a fine line. Well, I don't know. I guess it is. I guess you could say it's a fine line, but there is a line that where you cross, where it goes from like being a bad owner of an animal to being like abusive towards that animal.
Hassan reaches off scream, then a yelp or alarm, and then compliance. In another resurfaced clip from months earlier, Hassan jokes about how he's teaching her to sit in place for hours and hours and hours on end.
We're using the elevated bed, as you guys can see.
Oh yeah, Twitch and Amazon does not care.
And one of the things with the elevated bed...
Dude, we're gonna talk about Dan Clancy and his handling of the whole situation too, because it's absolutely disgusting. And I feel like personally, both Emiru and Saeed should pursue charges. Genuinely. Not even at this point for themselves, but because of how terrible of a precedent it sets if they do not receive some kind of punishment for this. Genuinely. I feel like they should do it basically as a way... They should do it for the people who cannot do it. You know what I'm saying? The other victims,
she has a leash on right now,
future
on the
and
bed,
past,
so she can't like really get
who just
off
don't
of
have the power.
So she now knows to sit in place for hours and hours on end.
People then dug up another clip where a woman called Jennifer Welch, I think that's who this is, I'm pretty sure, notes that Kaya's collar is too tight and it's choking her. Hassan's very unconcerned response was that Kaya has a lot of neck meat, as if that changes the fact that her collar was literally choking her slowly.
I love her.
Well, I say this all the time, especially with people who, like, they don't want to buy the vest to walk their dogs, So they have to like keep the freaking dog collar super tight. And it's like, brother, just loosen the collar and buy them a walking vest. So that, because that holds on to them from the chest, not from the neck, and you're not choking them.
I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's
It's you have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get 1. I think you're choking her.
She's like, it's a lot of neck meat.
There are clips where Kaya's so
Yeah, if it has a lot of neck meat, loosen the freaking collar. Like, see how he just makes excuses? Instead of just being like, oh, is that true? Alright, cool, I didn't know that. Alright, yeah, no, let's adjust it. Should I just buy a new one? Like, that would be my immediate response. Would be like, oh, is that right? Is that true? Alright, then, yeah, let's freaking change. Let's change it. Let's change it up. Like either remove it. Let's buy it. Like, can you adjust it? Like, and if not, then alright, then I guess I gotta go buy a new one. Thanks for telling me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
clearly wants to get off the bed, and Hassan won't let her.
No,
And
instead he starts to make
dude, I don't
excuses.
know,
Like, he's like, I can do no
I
wrong.
have dogs. I have 2 big dogs. This stuff
How
is
dare you tell me I've made a mistake?
just so bizarre to me. This is not training, Hassan. This borders into bizarre.
And so this is sad. I've seen this one. I saw this one on Twitter. This is so sad. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said that. It's like, you need to like let it free roam to get some water, bro. Cause my doggo, my big boy, Jeku, he does the exact same thing. He does this thing where whenever he's hungry or whenever he's thirsty, he will come up to me, even if I'm live, right here, stand on 2 legs, put both of his arms and legs first on my armrest for my desk chair, and sometimes it's just like a little like, hey, I want a head pat, love me. And he's such a good boy that it's just like a couple of head pats. He's on his way. He does what he do. Like, you know, I don't know. He's not a loud dog. He doesn't like bark unless there's like some random stranger out in the front door, in which case he'll give him a couple of, you know, like 1 or 2 little like, what's up? Who are you? And it's just like, all right, cool, night. Well, my owner's not freaking out, so I'm pretty sure you're cool. And, you know, so the little dog is the real problematic one. But, in advance of that same exact like attitude that he has, if he's ever hungry for food, he'll actually start to paw at me. If I ignore him, he'll put his freaking paws on my actual shoulder and scratch the hell out of my shoulder. If he's thirsty, interestingly enough, he'll start licking his lips like crazy. And if I ignore him for too long, he'll start freaking drooling on me. Like, like maybe it's because of his breed that he is, because he's a rather large dog. But that's pretty freaking smart, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And so I immediately know that I'm like, oh, I messed up. Either he doesn't have food, or like in the bowls, which for the most part, that's never really a problem. I always make sure the bowls are nice and full before I start streaming. But occasionally he'll destroy the water bowl and he'll want it refilled. So it's like, when I saw this video, it reminded me so much of my own doggo that I couldn't, bro. Look at her.
He wants to get off the bed, and Hassan won't let her. And this is
looks at the water bowl and turns around because she's like,
I have 2 big dogs.
All right, let me see. Is this guy gonna?
So bizarre to me. This is not training, Hassan.
Like she's weighing her options here, bro.
Weird power dynamic.
Licks the leg exactly this. I can't.
These videos are bizarre. I really don't like watching these. I don't know why, but these ones I think make me more upset than some of the other things that have been floating around. In yet another video,
it's the whole freaking what is it? The I can forgive being pro-terrorism, but animal abuse is where I draw the line. And then the other chick is like, you can abuse supporting terrorism.
Hassan calls Kaya a well-trained bear and once again forces her to get back onto her bed.
I heard about that one, Mr. Gabriel. One thing at a time.
Also, look.
But the fact that they put him on the front page is wild.
What do you think?
Like, you have to submit an application for that, bro.
That is a well-trained bear.
I have never done it myself, but I know about the fact that you have to submit an application for that. No more distractions, I'm sorry, everyone. We'll continue.
Don't do it! Don't say it!
That's where we're at. What is this? Quiet as a mouse.
Let her go. You got a whole mansion that you share, just you two.
What are you looking at?
Like he
And if you're like,
constantly
"Oh, no,
talks about how she's spoiled and well trained and all this other million things. Like then get a dog door and let her go outside to pee. Let her get water in the water bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like if she's so well trained, let her go around the house, brother. She like get her some fluffy beds, some nice, you know, pediatric freaking doggo beds or whatever the
this
hell.
is just a guy who wants
You
his
freaking
dog to
champagne
stay put.
socialist.
I think you're wrong, actually, and I don't think that's what this is. Someone did a time lapse that showed Kaya sitting in the same spot for hours on end and basically being instructed to get back in her bed whenever she got out of it. So I have seen the argument being made that dogs do in fact stay in the same spot for hours at a time, and I will agree with that to the extent that usually that's when they're sleeping. You know, like when they're
Oh yeah, no. In the middle of the heat during the day, like for example, pretty much since I started streaming, because I literally saw him hop onto the bed as I was hitting like go live. It's been an hour. And my doggo's just been laying on my bed, by the way, which is a bad habit that I need to get off of him, but I can't. I love him too much. I cuddle up with him at night. I can't. It's gonna be a real difficult thing to explain to my future girlfriend.
they're asleep, when they're
Listen,
not
I-
switched on. And I can say this from my own experience. My dogs will often come in and lay on the floor at my feet.
Listen,
or off
I-
to the side
as a
of
child,
me
every
when I'm
child wants to
editing or
sleep
filming or
with the
doing
doggo
whatever,
as a
and actually
pillow,
a lot of my clips,
and as an
I
adult, I get to do that,
have
damn
to
it.
edit out the little
And I'm gonna
bit
keep
of
doing
setup
that until I
as
can't
they
no
come
longer.
and go in and out of my office.
Until
It's
some lady's like, you gotta stop. And I'm
them
like, alright,
staying
fine.
next to me, yeah, they do that for a little while, maybe, and then they go outside and they go chase a squirrel, or, you know, they want me to give them a cuddle and then they go away, or they want to go and have a drink of water or something. A dog staying in the same spot awake for hours at a time, I don't think is terribly normal. Dude, you are so stinking cute. I just want to squeeze you till you pop.
Oh, she got a big doggo too. They can't even say that she's not a doggo owner.
I don't want to be mean to you by popping you, okay? Okay, bye. Yeah. Okay, have a nice day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You can go. Bye. And the thing that
Yeah, see, it's like, I feel like that's a pretty natural, like, it's incredibly natural, at least for me, currently, for the doggos to even notice that's like, oh, he's about to do his thing. Especially for me, because, I mean, fair enough, fair is fair. I don't speak like this normally. It's a voice act. For those who are unaware, this is voice acting. So they know right off the bat that it's just like, oh, he's doing his thing, and he's just gonna be busy for a while. So if they want to go outside and if they want to do whatevs, they know that I'm like distracted. So the only way to get my attention is gonna be, like I said earlier, for them to come up to me and like actually freaking come on up and get my attention. Even the little doggo knows that if when I'm currently doing this, he's not gonna jump on my lap. But if I'm not doing the voice, if I'm not doing all this, then it's like it's free reign. Like even if I'm in the middle of the night editing or like doing something like that, he'll just toss himself onto my lap. But interestingly enough, he won't really do it if I'm in the middle of a stream like this. You know, with the light, with the freaking like the camera light on and everything.
that's so clearly messed up.
Like, they're
about
smarter-
this
they're
is
smart- they're
that
smarter than
Hassan
we give 'em
thinks
credit
that
for.
being
Telling you,
nice to
crazy.
his dog is spoiling her, and he's repeatedly said this. In one video, he mentions how it's some sort of special event that Kaya was allowed to free roam around his house, I guess.
Because a lot of people are saying, someone's been a bad girl in my absence, by the way, and you can tell because she's like literally crying. She's not used to place because while I was gone, she got the free roam like a cow the entire day. I don't know if she actually got a decent amount of workout this morning or not, but
That's a free roam like a cow.
okay, she did go to the park apparently.
How is that not the default? Free. See, I love everybody in the chat. Free roam, places prison. I freaking love it. La vaca, move.
Okay, she did go to the park apparently, and she's still being a baby. My
Yeah,
haters are
'cause she's a
causing me
doggo.
to be more reactive to my dog when she's being spoiled, and then
You could also just let her leave.
train her in the opposite direction, train her into thinking that she can just like get my attention by crying in the background.
I don't like you. And the worst part is, this mistreatment of Kaya actually started when she was just a puppy. In one incident, Hassan puts puppy Kaya in a small enclosure with his bigger dog Fiona, encouraging Fiona to—
Oh wait, hold up. That's a third dog? That's not even fish. I thought this was fish in this video. So you're telling me he had a third dog he was abusing?
bite Kaya and basically teach her a lesson while he laughs maniacally about how funny it is to watch his little baby dog be scared.
I've seen her. Kaya is really funny when she's scared. Being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. No, I want her to bite her. What do you mean? That they have—
Nah, son. There is sometimes situations where the doggos have to, like, figure out the hierarchy between each other. But me personally, I get involved because there's such a difference in size between my doggos, right? But on top of that, you don't want them to injure each other. They're like, these doggos are going at each other. They're trying to, like, bite each other's faces, you know what I'm saying? And since they're young doggos, they might not have the same control as an adult doggo, where they're only trying to, like, give a warning bite. They might be going at full force. That's very scary.
to chop it.
Like, that's
Fiona
so cruel, bro.
Snaps at her, she'll just go and like run away, run away like a goofball, crying. It's the funniest thing on the planet. She needs to learn. See,
bro, how is it that old chat is like, what the hell, dude?
See?
The wind, children.
Did you see that? I want you guys to see what happens when she actually gets scared. It's so fun.
How are we just having fun with this chat?
I'm not sure what Hassan's dogs are supposed to be learning from this little gladiator session right here. Aside from the fact that he will just go ahead and endanger them himself. This will probably shock
It's like,
none of
bro,
you.
he reminds me of the people who put insects in a box to murder each other, like, for their entertainment. That's some psycho shit.
On, you know, most issues, but I am a big believer that dogs will just figure it out and that they have their own dynamics and their own ways of communicating that obviously humans don't really fully super understand, even if we think we do. And I've been like that basically forever. Like, obviously, if dogs are attacking each other and being violent and biting and all that type of thing, yes, for real, get involved and protect your pet. But if they're just kind of working out how to play with each other or whatever, or setting boundaries, I think that's perfectly fine. But with that said, I just couldn't ever see myself laughing or finding it funny that one of my dogs was going after one of my other dogs.
Like, in the best case scenario, you could say that Fiona was trying to set her boundaries, but when you freaking stick them in a cage, there's no boundaries to set. Kaya can't go anywhere.
This is psychotic. But this does seem to kind of explain why Kaya has apparently attacked other dogs in the past. Dogs are not companions to Hassan. They are props for his content, slaves even. And Hassan thinks that owning a pet is akin to owning a slave for personal consumption. He said so once in a rant where he was seemingly trying to make a point about the overall immorality of pet ownership. Ah yes, pet ownership is very, very immoral, says the guy who shocks his dog to keep her compliant. Okay. Hassan has also more or less made it clear that he prioritizes the aesthetics of his dogs over their ability to breathe or like the functionality of the breed. When
Yeah,
he was
that's
dog
about
shopping
pugs
in
in particular.
2023, someone told him to avoid French bulldogs because of their breathing problems, but Hassan disagreed with that advice, saying that
Oh, dude, French bulldogs have that problem? I thought it was about a pug. Poor pugs. Their freaking eyeballs pop out, bro.
he didn't care and that it's just a dog.
It's just such a lib ass, like, oh, dude, please don't get a Frenchie. I just read a Vox article talking about how problematic they are. Like, I don't give a I know they have breathing problems. I know they're incredibly inbred. I don't give a shit. I know. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. This is a dog.
Which doesn't really make any sense because if your dog has breathing problems, you will pay for those breathing problems in vet bills over time. Unless your plan is
Yeah, he's like, except unless you're a freaking champagne socialist who gets money donated to him constantly by other socialists. Because that, as you know, socialism is all about giving money to one person.
To let your dog slowly suffocate, which might be a possibility, considering he's tried to suffocate his current dog.
I think you're choking her.
So yeah, checks out. Depressingly, this type of behavior hasn't only been reserved for Kaya either. Hassan has acted this way towards his other dog, Fish. Why would you call a dog Fish? Clips have circulated showing Hassan pulling Fish by his tail, and really, we probably should have expected.
Which is just so incredibly just no. That's just like you you could freaking dislocate that thing. Not to mention the fact that it's connected to their spinal column, like directly.
From a man who openly advocates for political violence at every turn. As much as I don't like Hassan, I am trying to be fair in the criticism here, and as far as tail pulling goes, I have two big dogs with big long tails, and I know that if I pulled it, it would hurt them. I know that, but I'm also like, okay, well, if there was a context where something, you know, serious was happening and I needed to get them immediately, and say they were, I don't know, trying to fight with a snake or something, and I needed to get them away from the snake really quickly, but I couldn't get to their neck or, you know, to their collar or whatever, would I pull their tail? And I just...
Their leg is so much better of an anchor point. And so, like, in no other instance, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. I feel like the tail... Maybe I'm biased, though. Maybe I'm biased because my doggo's tail, like, since birth, before I ever got him, his own parents, unfortunately, like, seriously injured his tail, so he's always had a messed up and warped tail. So maybe I'm biased, too, you know what I'm saying?
I still don't think I would. I'd probably grab their hindquarters and pull them back, just because that's meatier. I don't know. I'm not a fan of any of this.
No, their freaking fat thighs would probably be like, it's a much more better anchor point, a lot more meat, and even then, if like, for some reason you're losing your grip, that you have the actual, like, rest of the dog's leg, like their foot, their paws, and everything to latch on, not to mention their, like, their knees, you know, so it's like, there's just more area to grab. There's more surface to grab.
Maybe
I feel
I'm
like
the weirdo. I just cannot see a context where I'd be pulling on my dog's tail. I just, even if I needed to get them for some emergency reason. I wasn't sure where else this fit, but I do want to add it into this video, and I want to come back to these damned shock collars, okay? Because I think that there is established evidence that Hassan uses them. He has shown this and admitted to it over the years. For example, during a conversation at what looks like a house party, he, along with someone else who I'm sure matters on some niche corner of the internet, discuss how a dog trainer that they know/use, I suppose, uses shock collars. Hassan indicates that it's how you can have your dog off leash.
He'll get a shock collar. He'll get training to like basically be off collar. Like you don't need to ever have a leash on him.
Also, in all of this, because people on the internet are incredibly observant, to put it mildly, people went to the effort of finding specific clips that showed the shock collar's remote on Hassan's desk while he is streaming when there's different angles. There's also another clip that people found where Hassan tries to subtly take a shock collar remote out of his bag, in addition to hiding it from those filming, because I guess these people film themselves everywhere, I don't know, while out in public with the dogs. And this...
It's like, bro, I thought you put, like, what is the point of the training that your doggo doesn't need to be on a leash if you still gotta shock it?
Makes sense given that Hassan has seemingly used these devices for years. Alright, so where does this leave?
I thought the point of the training was so that you didn't gotta shock
I
it.
try to be charitable to people even when I don't think they deserve it. Let's pretend for a moment that we are in civil court and this whole situation is a balance of probabilities. Is it more probable that Hassan isn't very nice to his dogs? I think the answer to that is yes. Is it also probable that using shock in training collars on some dogs is kind of cruel and awful? I think that the answer is also yes. This I can also attest to because we actually bought one from my little girl dog because she screams at everything and we were at our wits' end trying everything to get her to stop. And I hate to admit this, it's embarrassing, but we used it once and I hated the sound that she made, and we haven't ever done it again. So
Yeah, believe it or not, electrifying an animal makes them freak the hell out.
look, I understand that when you want your dog to just act right, sometimes it's, you know, people are inclined to do this type of thing to them, but you know, for me personally, and I'm trying not to pass judgment on other people. I'm passing judgment on Hassan, but I'm not trying to pass judgment on everybody. This
I feel like if you're a dog trainer, your job is to train dogs. The simple fact that you have no idea how another person's dog, like, because a doggo has trust and confidence. There you go. My doggo just got up. He gave up. That was about an hour and 15 minutes. He's already, like, given up on that spot where he was laying down. So that's about how long it takes for my doggo to freaking give up on laying down in one place. Anyway, that's just for reference. So Kaya sitting there for 4, 5, 6, 8 hours at a time is insane. Yeah, no. And that's late here. It's about their bedtime too, you know? Anyway. I freaking lost my train of thought because my doggo got up.
would not be for me. This is not something that I would want to do to my dog. It just...
Oh, right. If you're like a dog trainer and like you don't know, like this dog, like potentially the doggo might even bite you or something, totally valid. Okay, if you're a dog trainer, I'd just give you a little bit more leeway because you kind of, you know, it's a little bit more dangerous in general. But on top of that, I feel like most dog trainers hopefully would be smart enough to not put it on max settings. You know what I'm saying?
It feels quite wrong. That said, there is a ton of support for shock collars, particularly among dog trainers and lots of other kinds of people. I can't unilaterally say in one direction or another if it's right or wrong, but it's wrong for me. That hill I will die on. But when we are talking about Hassan and not applying this to any and all other situations, I think it's mental to shock your dog for trying to move off of its bed. I think it is insane to reportedly force your dog to stay in the same spot for hours and hours and hours on end. I think it's unhinged to act like your dog is spoiled because it's hurt and or wants attention, and I also think it's mad to use your dog as some sort of prop in the background of your live streams. And after seeing all of this, I have to come to the conclusion that Hassan probably shouldn't be allowed to have dogs. I'm sorry, he's not very nice to them. And the thing, guys, that I want you to remember is that these clips are what he's allowing you to see. How does this person act behind the scenes? It is possible in some universe that everybody has misunderstood what has gone on here and this dog isn't being mistreated in any way, but I personally don't think that's the case. And the people defending him, despite the growing evidence, and I'm sure that there's so much more out there, what I've included in this video is just what people have been able to find, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm really not gonna go and watch hours and hours and hours of Hassan content. I'm not gonna do that to myself.
Dude, there is so much more than what she is showing here. But additionally, on top of all of that, the people who defend Hassan can't think of a better excuse than just like, I went to his house one time and I saw the dog. I saw it. It's a dog. So he didn't shock it. It's like, what do you mean? What does that have to do with that? He obviously shocked the dog. But they're like, yeah, but one time, like 3 months ago, I went to Hassan's house and I saw the dog and it was a dog. It's like, okay.
Anyway, the people defending him and downplaying the behavior
that means he don't shock
right in front of their very eyes. I don't have a lot of nice things to say about these people because I don't know, I think excusing this type of thing because you, ideologically agree with somebody is kind of asinine. This isn't a political issue, but I do feel like Hassan's defenders and followers are making it seem like he's being attacked because he's a massive leftist, when in reality, I think it's because your average person watches an animal being mistreated and feels some type of way about it. I get the impression that Hassan is one of those people who views dogs as a thing that should do something for him, rather than a member of the family. And I actually think that that is an attitude that was really pervasive even in Western countries, with dads especially, up until quite recently. You know, that was an attitude that my dad had before we got our family dog. He was like, dogs are working dogs. They live outside and they live in the shed, and that's what they do. They don't come in the house. And I kind of feel like that's what we are seeing and observing in Hassan, is this attitude that the dog is there for you. And he's more or less said this himself. You know, this is not something that he views as an autonomous little creature. He views it as a slave that he's using for his own consumption. So with this,
and it's like, I am not necessarily denouncing every instance of that, because there's obviously, there are dog owners, for example, in the garages that Papa Monkey would be working at, where they fix, you know, like trucks, 18-wheeler transmissions, stuff like that. These are like garages that they constantly have like machinery and expensive stuff at. So during the nighttime, they gotta lock them up, and they have guard dogs that they let out. Normally like 3, 4, 5 guard dogs. They're gonna be like checking it, like sort of like checking the perimeter, making sure that nobody breaks in. And it's like, okay, they're gonna have a lot more of a sort of like businessy relationship with the doggo. They're gonna, you know, it's not gonna be quite like their little cuddle buddies necessarily. But even then, there's still like a certain limit to like how far you can go with that. It's not gonna be okay to abuse the dog. It's not gonna be okay to freaking keep tasing it for no freaking reason. And on top of that, I feel like people who have dogs for that purpose, for that reason, they would like it would be a situation. Normally, I feel like it would be like, yeah, I have dogs. They're guard dogs. They do they do a good job, and that's pretty much it. They were trained for that, and that's it. You know, like there's not. I don't really take them out to walk, or I don't really take them out to whatever. It's like, all right, well, yeah, you could say it's a bad dog owner because he doesn't take them out for walkies or whatever. But it is what it is. It's like, they understand that their relationship with their dog is a lot more business. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot more transactional. For Hassan, he knows that his relationship with his dog is equally as transactional, but he wants to paint the picture that he's this like super great, awesome dog owner, and that he's like super cool with his dog. So it's like he has to go and lie about it. He knows that the way he's doing it, the way he treats the dog is bad. So he lies, he makes excuses. It's like, if you really had no problem with this transactional relationship you had with your dog, you wouldn't go through so much effort to try to cover it up, to try to lie about it, to try to like spin the story, to try to like obfuscate it, to try to like confuse people about it.
in mind, it's not surprising that he has done this to not only Kaya, but to other dogs that he's had in the past. And it's not surprising that he's expressed a lot of opinions
song for this?
that
Is that the Shock My Dog one? We already saw that one.
And look, guys, at the end of the day, this topic may have been blown out of proportion. I don't think
we saw that one already.
I think that people are just finding more and more evidence to back up the original claim of abuse and mistreatment. But, you know, if it has been blown out of proportion, I still think it's worth having conversations.
You can go back and see the VOD if you want to see my reaction to it.
Making their dogs front and center in the things that they're doing.
We're actually going to be checking out the Dan Clancy one today.
To advocate for treating animals with decency and with kindness and with love, especially the animals that you choose to bring into your home. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Fume using the link in the description. As you guys know, they've been a massive supporter of this channel, and I recently actually bullied a friend of mine into giving them a try because this friend of mine is a vapey person and likes to inhale things that are not so great. So if you are like my—
Alright, well, we you know, good on you, get your bag.
He was shocking her and was using a shock collar. You're like, hey, mine, help you. This is not cool. So I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Has this topic been blown out of proportion? Are you on that side of this where you're like, hey, this is not so bad, you guys are just Looney Tunes who are picking on this?
Alright, so looks like that's about the end of the video. Yeah, no, honestly, I for sure think, like, I mean, like, at a certain, you know, I for sure think he shot the dog. Not only Not only because I can see for myself in the video that he freaking clearly reaches over for the shock device, which we know he keeps there to shock her, and then she yelps like getting shocked, you know. But on top of that, the way he went about it, the way he tried to obfuscate, the way he tried to lie about it, not only once, but the multiple different stories, the multiple different lies, the fact that he kept changing the lie, the fact that he kept like trying to come up with new lies, and then getting caught on that lie. Like, he wouldn't admit to the lie until he got caught on it. Like, it's so disgusting that at this point it's like, even if I somehow was gaslit into believing that what I saw in the video wasn't real, your reaction to it more than convinced me that it was real, that you shocked your dog, obviously. And now he's going on a whole thing where he's trying to like make it seem like shock collars are not that bad. So it's like, bro, like, get out of here with that. Absolutely disgusting. We've talked about it in the past, but I don't want to let the situation die. And the more evidence that comes out, the more I'm gonna react to it, because it's just disgusting, bro. Like you're messing with doggos now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so bad. And it's like, what pisses me off is that it feels like he's not going to improve as a dog owner because of the fact that he's just making excuses. And that's kind of why I don't want to let it go. The fact that he doesn't want to improve and admit fault makes me feel like he's just going to keep doing it. And I feel like that's how most people feel. And that's why most people are just not going to let go of this story. It's like, because they genuinely are still concerned for Kaya. But we're going to move on to the next video. Please go be sure to drop Sydney Watson a like or drop a sub. All that good stuff to her. She makes some amazing content. I'll go ahead and link it to the Discord, and it'll be on the description below if you're on the VOD. Ayoo, Monodachis! Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find links to the videos that we reacted to today down in the description below, along with my Oshi marks. I'll see you in the next video, Monos. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. Salut!